look ahead, though, the Bucks getting the Celtics. Two coaches off that pop coaching tree in Coach Bud and Ime Udoka. The Celtics great defensively. They showed it in the sweep of the Brooklyn Nets. Again, the Bucks get it done with defensive chops as well. How do you size up that series?
Yeah, there's no guarantees what I'm about to say is true, but I think it is, and I know most folks around the NBA that I've talked to believe that the winner of that series between Milwaukee and Boston is going to be the inevitable winner of the Eastern Conference. It's going to come out of the East. With all respect to the Sixers, if they even advance, well, I mean, they're obviously up 3-2. With all respect to, I think, a pretty good Miami team that's also a little underrated. I think Boston and I think Milwaukee are just a class to themselves. What's going to be really interesting is that, you're right, the Celtics are incredibly well coached and they're incredible defensively. And what they were able to do, their length, their athleticism, their ability to switch on anybody, every time, switch on to Kevin Durant and have what it takes to shut him down, bodes really well against Milwaukee. I'll just say that the difference is going to be, and you hit on this, Budenholzer's a really impressive coach, and unlike what we saw from Steve Nash or maybe Kyrie Irving, whoever you want to blame, this is a Milwaukee team that's going to run an offense, and they're going to counter, and they're not going to have the number of ISO plays that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving ran on a regular basis. So I think the strategic chess match that's going to happen between the coaching staffs and the dynamic defense that Celtics team brings to bear, and an offense that can go from 0 to 100 under Giannis, is going to be a fascinating battle. To me, it's 6 or 7 games, and to me, the winner of that series wins the East, and obviously, because that team will be in the finals, has a really good chance to be NBA champions when it's all said and done in June.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, when you're playing the Nets, if you can double, triple team Kevin Durant, it's like cutting the head off the snake, if you will, because Kyrie Irving really after game 1 was persona non grata in that series. But the Bucks are a team that have more options. So if you really focus your defense against just Giannis, Milwaukee can go in other directions to get the offense. Would you say that makes the challenge all that much tougher for the Boston Celtics?
Yeah, Jim, I think you hit on this. I mean, Grayson Allen had some huge performances when Middleton went down. I know Grayson Allen's not the most beloved NBA player on the face of the earth, certainly in Chicago with Alex Caruso fans, but he's a dogged defender who showed he can score. If he on a certain night in the right system, if he's the guy shooting the shots, they're doubling Giannis, he can score 25 or 30 points. You mentioned Bobby Portis Jr. That's a guy who can step up offensively and defensively. They just understand that Bucks team, what their role is, what they need to do. Drew Holiday's much more focused defensively, and sometimes that takes away a little energy on the offensive end, but he's more than capable of being an important part of the offense. And when they get Middleton back, if they're around at that stage, if he's able to be the Middleton that we expect, obviously that's a huge addition. I think you're right. You've got to deal, when you deal with the Bucks, and this will be an interesting challenge for the Celtics, deal with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who everybody's tried to double team for the last few years, and it just doesn't work because he's so athletic and go downhill and attack the rim. But also a level of depth and some other pieces and ball movement that's going to make it harder, not impossible, but harder for the Celtics to do to Milwaukee what they did so effectively to, let's be honest, a talented but not particularly impressive Nets team offensively in the end.
Yeah, and unlike the Nets, the Bucks play defense on the other side of the ball as well. He's NBA Insider Bill Reiter. Bill, we appreciate the insight. All right, this is what it looks like. Your tail of the tape, if you will. They split 4 tips during the regular season. This is a 2 versus 3 seed, so Boston has home court. You can see what Giannis did at better than 28 a game in 3 games against the Celtics. They were 2-1 of Boston against the Celtics when he was in the lineup. Jason Tatum better than 31 a game against Milwaukee. This is going to be an awfully entertaining series.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.